Hi, come on in. I'm Gerald Oginski, a New York personal injury trial attorney. Today's video tip is about a hit-and-run accident that happened in Cedarhurst, Long Island. Now, why am I going to tell you about this? You can look here. It's reported in Newsday on Saturday, January 8th, 2011. The reason I want to tell you about it, I want you to understand what a personal injury trial lawyer looks for when somebody like this comes into our office to evaluate whether or not there's liability and responsibility in a case like this. So let me give you the fact pattern. Two young men have just left a New Year's Eve party. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, and they've decided to walk home. They did the right thing instead of getting into a car. They had been offered a chance to come home, to get a ride home with the host of the party, but they declined. They were walking in the street and were hit by a car that failed to stop. Now, here's the important factual part that's reported in the article. And listen to this. It says, to avoid snow-covered sidewalks, the two 21-year-olds walked east on West Broadway's right shoulder side by side. They were deep in conversation and they never even heard the car coming. So now, in order to determine whether there's liability, there are two things we need to look at. The first is, why were they in the roadway, in the shoulder of the roadway? What prompted them to go from the sidewalk area into the roadway? And two, we look to see what responsibility the driver had to prevent this accident from happening. So let's talk about the first one. What caused these gentlemen to go into the roadway to begin with? Well, about a week and a half ago, we had a blizzard here in New York. And as a result, there was snow still piled up on the sides of the road. So obviously, the snow prevented these guys from walking down the sidewalk. Well, two things come to mind. Number one, was there a property owner who had a legal responsibility to keep that sidewalk clear and free of snow and ice? There may have been. Number two, who plowed this particular roadway? Was it a town? Was it a county? You have to determine who's responsible for putting the snow in that position that prevented people from walking where they normally walk. So now we shift that focus to look to see what the driver did. A driver in New York is tasked with seeing everything that's there to be seen. Now, what does that mean? It means they have an obligation and a responsibility to see everything in front of them, to be cognizant of obstacles in their path, of other drivers, of pedestrians. And if they fail to recognize something that they should have seen, they will be held civilly responsible for causing and contributing to this accident. Once we determine that the driver has liability, we look to see whether there were other mitigating factors that may have prevented him or her from seeing these two gentlemen on the side of the road. And that's an important part of evaluating a case like this. And that's it for today's video tip, another terrible tragedy that could have been prevented. I'm Gerald Oginski, coming to you from New York. Thanks for watching.